Hey YouTube, it's Louie. Anybody wondering why am I wearing sunglasses? Because I'm cool enough to wear them. No, I'm not stoned or on heroin or drunk or whatever anybody else thinks that I've been asked. Only in one video too. There's another video that's way worse, but I'm not stoned or drunk or anything in any of them. But anyway, back to the point of this right here. This video, as the title shows you, it's kind of food for thought and it's kind of questions. I would like some answers if you could. Evolutionists, I'm not saying atheists, because I've been getting crap from Christians that are evolutionists as well, which you still kind of are going against your own religion. And some guy actually said, there's evidence. If there's evidence against the Bible, why, this is Cabain the Christian, why would we believe in it? Or why would I believe in it? He said, why would I believe in it? And yeah, he is an evolutionist, and he believes that the world is millions of years old, or billion, sorry. What is it, 4.3 billion? That's evidence against the fucking Bible. So, but anyway, back again. I just wasted about a minute and a half rambling. But back to this video right here, food for thought for evolutionists. Or evolutionists. My friend got me to say evolution a lot. I was just on the way home from school, and I was thinking, there was a discussion on one of my other videos about bats. How bats, the reason that bats are blind or can't see very well, and they can hear great, is because they live in caves usually. They are nocturnal, I believe he said. He didn't say nocturnal, but he said they go out at night to hunt. So their eyes are pretty much useless anyway. So they became null and void. Their hearing became great so they could hear better. And that's the reason. Now, every evolutionist will tell you this process takes millions of years. Correct? Correct. It's a very slow process. It's not quick. It's not. What? Now let me explain something so I don't get yelled at later. My friend will yell at me because he thinks anybody that says this is a very ignorant type person and knows so little about evolution. Uh, if I were to say we evolved from monkeys, that's not me saying monkeys came, evolved, stopped evolving. Well, here goes humans. It's There's also it's like this: monkeys become evolved, then humans evolve from that because our most common ancestor is with them. Yes, we have a common ancestor with a fucking tree, but there are some species that come before that. Our direct descendant is chimpanzees or monkeys, whatever the hell the fucking animal is. I don't know. I'm pretty damn sure it's monkey. Correct me if I'm wrong. And then we branch. We branch off this way. Boom. But the monkey still keeps evolving in your eyes. So I'm not saying they stop and we turn into animals and now the monkeys will never evolve again. I'm just saying our most direct ancestor is the fucking monkey. So if I say we evolved from monkeys because the species that came right before us evolving was the monkey. So don't call me ignorant, don't call me stupid, don't say I know so little about evolution because I were to say they evolved from this, we evolved from that. I understand evolution. So don't tell me I don't. I'm not an expert on it. I'm not even going to begin to claim I know an enormous amount about it. I know the basic concept and a wee bit more in my mind. I could be wrong, but so I'm not gonna sit here and say, "Oh, this one's wrong because of this," because I don't know. I don't study it, but I do know basic concept. And I'm not here to say that evolution is completely wrong. I'm not. It's just my belief that it's creationism that's the way. I'm not gonna say that they're all fucking liars. I'm not gonna say they all came up with the wrong stats. I'm just saying whatever. And I'm gonna get a lot of crap for that, I bet. But anyway, this takes up millions of years to go from seeing I don't know what their direct ancestor is, if it's a bird, if it's a mammal, because there are mammals that fly, and they're the only ones. So whatever their direct ancestor is, let's pretend it's a bird. Uh, they don't live in caves. They don't hunt at night. So what millions of years made them go into a cave? I mean, if it was just that start of a new species, it wouldn't. I mean, it would die, wouldn't it? If it slowly was becoming blind, but it didn't really wasn't nocturnal yet. It just happened. It see what evolutionists lead on is they adapt to their environment, but they'd probably die before they adapted. Like, oh, they live in a cave, but they have sight and no not well hearing. Well, the sight's not gonna do any good in the dark unless they had night vision. In which, if they had the night vision before, they would keep on having that because it's a very useful thing. So they wouldn't be able to see their prey, and they'd probably die off before they could evolve, correct? Now, that one's kind of hard to explain, but let's take Darwin's finches. Darwin's finches, if correct me if I'm wrong again, he discovered on an island, the Galapagos Island. I don't really care. It's a fucking island, and there are two types of the same finches. Ones with short beaks, ones with long beaks. One flourished on the island because it could reach the long beaks flourished on one part of the island because it could reach into the holes and get the nuts or bugs or whatever the fuck it was eating. And the short ones flourished on the other part of the island for whatever reason they did. Now, if they were all short beaked before they evolved into the long beaks to get that, and let's say there are short beaks on the part where the short beaks can live, and then there are some short beaks on the part where only long beaks could really live. How could they eat? They wouldn't need to adapt if they just stayed over here. In which, if they went over here tried to adapt, they'd probably die off first because they couldn't get their food. So that doesn't make any sense to me. And let's go with water animals. Why did anything need to evolve into water animals or fish or mammals in the water? I mean, to adapt to their surrounding. I mean, obviously they're going to need to grow gills to breathe underwater. But before the gills, it takes millions of years to go from whatever it was to gills. Wouldn't it drown before it got gills? If it takes millions of years to adapt to their surroundings, which I'm not saying evolution must happen like that, I'm just kind of putting food for thought out, hence the title. If they're adapting to their surroundings, and it takes millions of years, wouldn't they frickin' die first on some occasions? Now, some of them make sense. Take microevolution with black people. Now, white people can live in Africa, but black people have the more pigments, so you know how hot it is, it doesn't like really it helps them. So that makes sense because they're not going to die because of it. But things like the finches with the long beaks and the short beaks, and what else was there? Like, oh, let's take penguins. Penguins have wings. They use them as flippers, but why do they have wings? Because they evolved and then they didn't need the wings, so the flying gene or genode or whatever the fuck it is. I only have a minute, so I'm trying to hurry. Kind of went useless. But how did nature or fate or whatever you believe, nature, evolution, the DNA know you're not going to need to fly? So we'll just slowly make that. And let's take human. Why don't we need fur? Because we evolved from monkeys in the sense that I explained earlier. Why don't we need fur? I mean, we have a little bit of fur. You can tell by our hairy arms and hairy legs, but we're not like covered in it. So if evolution takes millions of years and you adapt to your surroundings and somehow you survive before you adapt, I was just wondering how all this works. This is Louis 17. Bye bye.